Hello, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Ogor, Winnie, Okoye, and I am excited about the topic for this week. The midweek motivational for the week is visiting the zone of the unbiased introspective self analysis. Welcome aboard the zone of the UISA. Remember what we talked about in the last video from last week? The very poignant and important topic of who are you? And we talked about the process of deciphering, uncovering who you truly are in the core of your being. That the next topic will be an unbiased introspective self analysis, which is an activity that sheds a lot of light to the core, a lot of light into the core of who you truly are. So, welcome aboard the UISA. Before I start, can I just say how appreciative I am for all of you who watched the video, who commented, who sent their insights, who sent suggestions, who had questions. I am truly grateful to you for that. Okay, so this week it's all about unbiased introspective self-analysis, and I'm going to say welcome again because this is the most exciting, fun, revetting zone you'd ever visit. If you're someone who was ready to make a change for good in your life, this is the zone you want to be in 24/7. Okay, so you're going to need 4 things for this class. Ready? I need you to bring along 1, your honesty. Why do I say that? The zone of the UISA is a zone that demands the truth. It's a zone that requires that you be true to yourself. Like Shakespeare said, to thine own self be true. Or, like the good book says, the Bible says, only the truth can set you free. And I'm here to tell you that if you're ready to uncover the core, the truth about who you are, meaning your flaws, your weaknesses, and your strengths, you must be able to face your truth. So you bring along your honesty. The next thing that I want you to bring along, if you're ready for this class, is your vulnerability. Number 2, vulnerability. Vulnerability is sexy. It's liberating. It's empowering. It shows that you're authentic. It shows that you are ready to break yourself open and rid yourself of the external ego that blocks you from receiving your blessing. So 1 is honesty, 2 is vulnerability, 3 is a writing pad. Do you have a writing pad now? If not, run as fast as you can. Grab a writing pad, pen and paper. And you know the 4th thing that I need you to bring along for this video is for people who might be like me when I first started this journey, who are quite not ready to be as authentic and as vulnerable and as true to themselves. Bring along someone who tells you the way it is, someone who will not sugarcoat it, someone who is a close friend or a confidant or a significant other or a spouse, provided they are the kind of people that tell you what it is, tell you the truth, irrespective of whether or not it hurts. So they need to be seated right beside you. So just before we start the actual process, I want to remind you of something very, very significant about being in the zone of the UISA. So this zone of the unbiased introspective self-analysis is all about yourself. It's all about you. Don't try to force or coerce others to start the journey towards changing if you've not even begun the journey yourself. Why? Because a better improved you, a better improved version of yourself is better able to appreciate and accept and encourage even people who significantly differ from you. A better improved you is an asset to yourself, an asset to your family, an asset to your community, an asset to the entire world. So it's about this person staring back in the mirror. It's about this person committing fully to making the change. You know what I know for a fact? A better improved, a better improved you will significantly impact your relationship. I know that for a fact because I'm living that right now. Okay, let's just jump in and start this topic. So if you are like me back in 2007, um, when I started this journey, when I just about started this journey, if someone were to ask you right now, who are you? Who are you? Really? Chances are that you might start listing the positives, the virtues, the things that are wonderful and endearing about yourself, and purposefully omit the things that are not so good, the junk that everyone carries around. You're going to be authentic, you're going to be honest. So if you are still, by the question that I just asked you right now, concentrating on your virtues, on your pluses, you're not ready for this journey. To be ready for this journey means to be authentically standing in your truth. That means you're going to be willing to delve deeper than you've ever done before, to uncover the grime, the dust, the stickiness, the things that need to be detoxified from your life, the things that need sanitizing. You're going to have to delve deep, deep into the deepest recesses of your mind. And it's all about you. So, the first question that I usually and oftentimes would ask in the process of discovering who we are, and while being in the zone of the unbiased introspective self-analysis, hopefully you're somewhere private right now. If you're not somewhere private now, I recommend that you go somewhere that is a little bit private, because I want you to stand in your honesty, in your vulnerability before yourself and the universe and your God, because you're willing to embark on an exercise that will ultimately lead you and expose you to your magnificent destiny. So go somewhere private and let's begin the questioning. I'm going to deal with only 5 questions today in the zone of the UISA. And the reason that I'm going to deal with only 5 questions is because there are so many questions. There are about 10 questions. It's in the book Awaken and Unleash Your Victor if you want to read more about it. So the first question that sort of like indicates to you or sheds light as to who you really, really are. How often during the course of your day do you give gratitude for your life, for your health, for your family, for your circumstances? Do you do that at all? Well, when I began my journey, I realized that I didn't even do that. And what I failed to realize was that gratitude unlocks the fullness of life, like someone had written, someone said, I forgot who said it. By being grateful for the ordinary, simple, mundane, everyday things and blessings that we take for granted, ginormous blessings are released into our lives. So, how often during the course of your day do you give gratitude and thanks for all those? So, if you are like me, you don't, then go to your vices portion. Did I say this before? If I didn't, I want you to write your name on the writing pad and draw a long line right across and list your virtues and your vices. So on the vices line, you might want to put for your first one ungrateful. Ungrateful. Because failing to give thanks for the blessings in our lives, at least on a daily basis, is not such a good thing. And it's not where we want to be if we're ready to begin the journey towards awakening and unleashing our victor. So, the second question: how many times during the course of your day do you offer honest appreciation or compliment to someone other than yourself? This particular question is so vital in the process of awakening and unleashing the magnificence that resides within us. An appreciation of something good in someone else is a clear and unequivocal message to the universe that you want that too for your life. It's also a source of encouragement to the person that you complimented, to the person that you expressed appreciation about something that you think they do well. It motivates and it encourages them. So you're doubly blessed. You're blessing the person that you're talking to. You're also releasing appreciation to the universe. And guess who where the blessing goes back to? You. Okay? So the first question is, how often are you grateful for your individual circumstance, your life, your family, your health? The second question is, how often during the course of your day do you pay honest compliments and appreciation to people, someone other than yourself? So the third question is, how do you generally describe a person's attribute? This is a very, very important question. And the reason I say it is, to a large extent, that which we pick up in people and criticize are usually the same demons that we face, most times on a larger scale. So say you're having a conversation, someone's name comes up, and the question is, how is the person? And then you embark on a journey towards decimating and brutalizing the person's character. And then at the end you go like, oh, but I think she's okay. I think she's okay. Listen, that speaks volume as to who you are, and it shows that you are the person in dire need of change. Okay? So if you want to put it in your Vices version on your pad. So the fourth question that I have that sheds light to who you are truly as a person is, what is your first reaction when you hear about another's success story? Are you happy for them? Are you excited for them? Are you sad? Are you deflated? Are you upset? Are you envious? Are you jealous? What is your reaction? Be honest right now and know which portion of your writing pad you want to list this in. Is it a virtue or is it a vice? Why? Because if you're excited for something good that happens to someone else, it's like an acceptance that it's a blessing not just to the person individually, but to our overall universe, to the oneness that exists in all things. And the most important thing about that, if you're happy for people's success, is that you are also telling the universe unequivocally, I want that for my life too. I wouldn't mind that for my life too. So, the last question that I have for you in the process of being in the zone of the UISA and analyzing the totality of who we are and what we house is, when was the last time you said you were sorry? You apologized after an argument, even when you think you were not at fault. Has it been a long, long time ago? Was it recently? Why? That is so important because it determines whether or not your ego is going to be one of the things we're going to be decimating in the process of reading ourselves, sanitizing, detoxifying the things that are blocking the natural blessings we should be receiving from the universe. Okay? I know it's a lot of questions to ask yourself, but it's also questions that we must ask ourselves if we're ready to lead a more positive, a happier, and a more fulfilled life. So, in this exercise, honesty is key, vulnerability is vital. Okay? So, I'm going to leave you with something that evolved for me over time when I started my journey, and something that continually evolves for me. Um, so, I realized that being fully aware of my faults, of my shortcomings, of my vices, not only made me conscious of the flaws, it made me start reading each and every day of my life. I commit to reading something out of my life or reading it, but it most importantly made me better able to accommodate, to accept, to love, to understand people who are not necessarily like me, people who have different views, different ideologies, because I understand, or I'm able to understand better, that they are also human and that they're also calm, just like me, with flaws. But the difference between us, you watching this video right now, and the rest of the people who have not started this journey is that you have your baggage and you're headed to the dumpster, right? I know I'm headed to the dumpster. I know you're headed to the dumpster. So, armed with our baggage of the vices, we're slowly but surely headed to the dumpster. If you ask me, I'll say run towards the dumpster. We're taking care of it. We're ready to read it out of our lives and begin to live a life that is in tune with our God given destiny. Thank you so much for watching. And as usual, please, please, please share your insights, share your comments, share your perspective, give me suggestions, email me, write me, tell me how I need to improve the videos. I'm all ears. And have a fantastic midweek. It's me, Oh Gorgeous. Take care. Bye.